Well, I guess we're going to call this a homestead hack because it's a short one. But basically what this is our way of cutting a bit of the feed cost during the winter. Maybe not significantly, but it helps. And so we're out in our food forest area today, and essentially we have what used to be a pathway. And
we'd like it to be a pathway again.
Well, we'd like it to be one again. Now, we have a lot of, this is trembling aspen, which is a poplar and grows quite quickly. It's good to have, and we don't want to make this seem like we're at war with the poplar by any means. But we are going to go through and over the course of the winter sort of clear out some of these smaller, they're basically suckers from the bigger trees colony. We're going to clear some of those out so that we can use this pathway again. But rather than just cut it down, we're going to cut them up into chunks and feed them to the rabbits. They really like this stuff, and a lot of the, like even branches up to that size, they'll eat the whole thing, which is pretty awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and, like I say, these are pretty much right on the path, so I'm going to try to cut them as low as I can. Got a pair of cutter
handy dandy loppers.
There's two. This one. This one.
Yeah, that'll probably do.
This will do for a bit. Now, as you can see, we've got quite a ways to go here, but
and a lot of trees to cut.
Now, you can use quite a variety of trees for this. Any of the poplars or willows are good. When we cut down larger trees, like even they do eat the young growth off the Manitoba maple or the sugar maples. I think you can feed them apple branches, if I'm not mistaken. We've never tried oak. I don't know, oak is pretty high in tannins and stuff. I don't know how much they like it. But the interesting part is basically this is what rabbits are adapted for eating in the winter months. It's kind of why you have to put your protectors on some trees like that plum up there to keep them and some of the other small, well, rabbits aren't rodents, but keep rabbits and small rodents from chewing on your trees. So we're going to take this back and chop it up into pieces that are a little more usable by the rabbits, and yeah.
And it's just one more step to clearing out some of the areas in our food forest.
Well, and it's a slow thing, right? Like we're identifying an area that we want cleared out, so we're going to really heavily harvest here. But I mean, if you have land or access to land that you've got things like trembling aspen on, and you've got the time to go and collect it, it's kind of doesn't hurt. And the rabbits do well, keeps their teeth in good shape, and
keeps them from chewing their dishes in their cage.
It keeps them from getting bored, and definitely disproves the myth that you have to feed rabbits nothing but pellets. So we got most of them cut up here. In our case, we're trying to remove these because we want the path. But you can manage certain trees, they call it coppice, I believe is the term, where you basically prune them back and they regrow. So willow is a great example of something that will do that. These poplars will too. I don't think they do it quite as well. But anyways, it's kind of using another waste product. We just kind of chop them up into pieces. Some of these...
kind of what we would call an individual portion.
I might give them a couple. So these smaller branches, they usually eat the whole thing. So they'll probably eat it right back to here. It's hard to say on the smaller
They definitely strip
pieces.
all the bark and a good layer off, though.
Mm-hmm. There won't be a lot left. We'll finish cutting these up and
feed them to the bunnies.
Yeah. That one rabbit's already getting excited about it.
Tommy? Tommy's like, bring me the wood. Tommy's a terrible bowl chewer.
Give them this much, maybe?
Yep. Oh, he's right in there. This is Don't film me. I'm taking it over here.
But yeah, basically we just put that in and he's going right to town. And we just fed them pellets.
Yeah, he'd prefer that over his pellets.
He's liking the change. No, it's very similar to some other animals. They don't just sit there and eat for hours on end. They'll kind of eat what they want for a bit and then come back and pick at it. So, but yeah. Well, that being said, some of those smaller branches do tend to disappear pretty quick.
Yeah, he'll have them gone in no time.
Well, we'll give the rest some and see who else likes it.